أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله الحمد لله الذي جعلنا من المتمسكين بولاية علي بن أبي طالب عليه السلام الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا اللهم صل على فاطمة وأبيها وبعلها وبنيها والسر المستودع فيها بعدد ما أحاط به علمك. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving us the opportunity. At the External Tableegh, generally the outreach of External Tableegh has been in over 60 countries. And the different activities are happening in 15 different languages. But here, I'm here to present only mainly the last 6 months report. So in the digital services, we have produced around 40 videos, and the 40 videos received around 12,000 views from different parts of the world, and people watching from different faiths, like followers of the different faiths. This is lower than the last year. If you remember, last year we mentioned that there were 220 videos that were made, and that was in 9 languages and viewed by 25,000 people. But this year, alhamdulillah, because of the COVID restrictions, has come down, and we had lots of physical programs as well. So we managed to produce the 40 videos. On the physical side, the support that we provided to different muballighin, there were several muballigh that were supported. I will just give here one example. That is for Ivory Coast, Côte d'Ivoire. In Côte d'Ivoire, during the month of Muharram, around 150 people will come in a Muharram function. But then when we sent the people with the right skills and speaking the language French, the number has increased from 150 to over 2,000 people. And currently, when we have these programs, then even members of the ministry, of the Ivory ministry, and some members of the government, they attend the functions, and they are very exciting activities they are doing there. On the day of Ashura, they have a theater and several activities that are broadcasted also on the national TV channel in Côte d'Ivoire. Next, we want to, inshallah, based on this experience of Ivory Coast, we want to expand, inshallah, the outreach in West Africa. Because alhamdulillah, in East Africa, we have the Africa Federation, we have all the Jamaats, but unfortunately in West Africa, there is no coverage of any Khoja Jamaat or regional federation, and the potential there is huge. So inshallah, the focus that we are aiming to have, inshallah, in some countries like Burkina Faso, Cameroon, Zimbabwe, Ghana, Mali, etc. These are some countries that we want to expand, inshallah. And we aim also to expand our outreach in the West Indies and the Caribbean, the islands, and mainly in that region, inshallah. Our publication section has produced around 7 books. We had 7 books in the last 6 months. And there are 16 books that are in the pipeline in different languages. Just one example, for the first time, this book, this Holy Quran, was published in the Polish language, Poland. And there are two Shia scholars who are native and who are Polish. They have translated this book, and that was published by the World Federation. And also there is a dedicated website that has been created, and this Quran is available there for free downloads. Among the books that are in the pipeline, just one example is the Nahjul Balagha, that is getting published currently for the first time in the Nepali language. And inshallah, that will be finished in the next 4 to 5 months, inshallah. Another book is the Nahjul Balagha, again in the Indonesian language. And also, currently, there is a brother who is working on the tafsir of the Holy Quran in the Bosnian language, with the help of other scholars as well. In the month of Dhul Hijjah, during the birth anniversaries of the Kareem, the generous of the Ahlul Bayt, the first of Dhul Hijjah, when we commemorate the birth anniversary of Kareematu Ahlul Bayt, Sayyida Fatima al-Ma'suma salamullahi alayha. And then on the 11th of Dhul Hijjah, when we commemorate the birth anniversary of her beloved brother, Thamin al-Hujjaj Ali ibn Musa al-Rada, alayhi alafi tahiyyati wa thana. These 10 days are called the 10 days of generosity. During that period, the World Federation launched a poetry competition for the first time. And to ensure that all the poems are newly written, and there's no copy-paste, we gave a special misra, and that poetry competition happened in the Urdu language. A special misra pattern was given, Raza ka dhikr ho, masumay qum ki raza lekar. And Raza is repeated here. The first Raza means Imam al-Rada alayhi salam, and the second Raza means Rizayat, masumay qum ki riza lekar. And then we specified that the second Raza will be the Radif, and the Lekar will be Qafiya, if you know the poetry, how it works in the Urdu language. And the deadline that was given for this poetry competition was 2 weeks. Within those 2 weeks, we received overwhelming responses, 700 entries. Over 700 entries from 16 countries. And alhamdulillah, then to announce the results, we had organized an international manqabat and mushaira program where we invited world-renowned shu'ara and asatidh shu'ara, very renowned poets who recited in this jashan. And then at the end, the 7 winners of this international poetry competition were declared by President Sahib. Fully paid ziyarat trip was given to them as hadiyah for the ziyarat of Imam al-Rada and Sayyida Ma'suma salamullah alayha. We have received extraordinary poetries. Literally, when we were reading them, then how these poets have reached to those kinds of madh that they were doing in that poet. We have selected the main good poetries, we have compiled them, and they are currently getting printed, and inshallah it will be made available as an e-book for free downloads as well. And following that success and the overwhelming response that we received from 16 countries, inshallah, very soon, in the month of Rajab, inshallah, on the occasion of the birth anniversary of Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam, inshallah, we are launching the first international essay competition. And that will be from the Wiladat up to the Shahadat of Mawla, and that will be based on Nahjul Balagha. So we have selected 14 interesting topics that will be research based, and the content has to be extracted from Nahjul Balagha only. And because of that, we are also printing, that's another book in the pipeline, is the Najib Balagha that will be printed, inshallah, in Urdu, the translation of Marhum Allama Mufti Hussain Jaffer Sahib. Among the outreach that we had, as I mentioned, in more than 60 countries, of course, there's no time that I elaborate all the different countries and what has been done. Just to give you one example is the country of Nepal. In Nepal, when first we entered, there were around 13 refugee families, the Afghani refugees, 13 families. And we sent a Muballigh there from West Bengal. He had a PhD in Islamic studies. He knew 6 languages. 4 months ago, he's telling me that, Sheikh, you remember those days when you came, there were 13 families, and currently we have over 200 people attending the functions. And he said the center is now small. So alhamdulillah, the last 3 years we have shifted to another bigger place where the people are coming. Alhamdulillah, there are Jummah prayers, Wiladat, Shahadat, and all the different occasions that they have. And Nepal is a strategic place, is the most important pilgrimage site for the Hindu community. ત્યાં અમુક temples છે, તમે જાઓ 365 માળા ઓલા stairs ચડવાના હોય, અને ત્યાં જાઓ તો પહેલાં ચપ્પલ કાઢી નાખવાના, જે રીતના તે મૂસાને કહેવામાં આવ્યું હતું ફખલાના અલૈક ઇન્નકા બિલવાદિલ મુકદ્દસ તુઆ, તો ચપ્પલ કાઢીને પછી ત્યાં એ લોકો બધા જાતા હોય. આખી દુનિયાથી હિન્દુ કોમ્યુનિટી ત્યાં આવે છે ઝિયારત વાસ્તે. એ લોકોની ઝિયારત વિઝા હોય છે, પિલગ્રિમેજ વિઝા. And also is one of the most important site for the Buddhist community, because Buddha is born there in Nepal. There's a place there, the birthplace of Buddha. And also it's located between Himalaya and the Mount Everest. So it's one of the most important touristic sites as well. And the interfaith activities in Nepal include activities like World Hijab Day, Ali Day, Unity Iftar, Mawqibs. Last Arba'een, we had a blood donation camp where members from the government and parliament, the leaders of Hindu faith, the ulama of Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah participated. That event had a huge media coverage. Journalists, they came and they witnessed that even Hindu men and women, they are donating blood in the name of Hussein. When I was reading the report, it came in my mind that saying of Josh Mali Abadi when he was saying, इंसान को बेदार तो हो लेने दो, हर कौम पुकारेगी हमारे है हुसैन, हमारे है हुसैन. All these activities, would you imagine how much would be the budget, our monthly budget in Nepal, with all these activities and much more? $1,300 per month. That's it. That's the budget. The Polish Quran that I showed you, 2,800 euro to publish this Quran, translation, publication, everything, plus the dedicated website, everything included. This is just to show you that the donation that our dedicated donors are giving, how far it goes, how much it helps in Tableegh, in humanitarian services, and in all different factors. Inshallah, the next stage is we are working in establishing the first Islamic chair at the University of Nepal. And we have established those strong relations, alhamdulillah. We have managed to establish strong relations with the Hindu, with the Christian community, with the Buddhist community, with the Jain community for the purpose of interfaith dialogue.